What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a look at Rust. Yes, not a new map at all because it was in Modern Warfare 2019, as well as Modern Warfare 2, the original, and maybe even in Infinite Warfare or something like that. I don't know. I didn't play those games. Yeah, Rust is here in all of its beautiful, I guess, 4K glory. I don't know. Is this 4K? Can't even tell. But it looks good. It plays pretty much the exact same. There are annoying factors in this map, like people going up top and stuff like that. And there's a lot of hiding and stuff. A lot of people don't really feel like moving. But regardless, I do pretty decent in this gameplay. I get another like 1.5-ish KD, something like that, maybe a little higher, can't do math. And it's not like they show the KD ratios half the time anyway, so it's not like it's right there for you either. But yeah, pretty good gameplay here. Hopefully you enjoyed, even though I seem to be dying a lot in this beginning clip. Today, as anticipated, I want to talk about skill-based matchmaking yet again. We knew this was going to be in Call of Duty. We knew this is nothing new. You know, if I remember, I'll post that meme of Carmelo Anthony or something like that. Yeah, this is nothing new, okay? So skill-based matchmaking, SBMM, is in Call of Duty. It's pretty much always going to be in Call of Duty as long as people are encouraging it. And to be honest, even if it's not encouraged, I think it's going to be in this game, right? We obviously have a ranked play system coming, and it's been in Call of Duty, so they know how to do skill-based matchmaking, and so they obviously just want to put it in your public matches so that you stay on longer, right? The theory is, if you don't know, the theory is basically like the longer you stay on, the more games you like kind of win, kind of lose, or like close games you lose, the more like you're encouraged to keep playing. It's otherwise known as like engagement optimized matchmaking, or EOMM, which makes a lot of sense, right? If you're a company, you want your player base to stay engaged as long as possible. It's kind of like YouTube, right? They basically just, YouTube is designed so that you're on the platform as long as possible. So, you know, whether it be recommended videos, suggested videos, like auto playing the next video, and you're just like, you're not even paying attention, and boom, you're already watching like another like 10-15 minute video. And that's why the YouTube algorithm actually encourages longer videos, if you weren't aware, you know? So a lot of YouTubers who switched from like, you know, 5-6 minute videos now try to do like 20-30 minute videos, and not as often, because they want you to stay on watching that, right? If you're on for 20 minutes, it's much better than if you're on for 5 minutes. So longer videos are definitely encouraged. That's kind of why a lot of YouTubers stretch out their videos. Not me though, you know, I would never stoop to something that low. But if you're interested in the video, if you learn something new, if you're just engaged in the video at all, and if you want to support the channel, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Okay, we just hit 9,500 subscribers, and it's nice to see the channel kind of growing again. I want to make more videos, you know, I want to post much more often, and hopefully the channel grow. Like, the goal is to hit 10K, hopefully by the end of the year. It's like only 500 subs in 2 months. It sounds hard, but it is doable, you know, especially with this next COD. If, you know, the COD channel, if the COD community kind of like just comes back to YouTube. I know it scared like Modern Warfare 2 scared a lot of people off because of how tremendously bad it was, but hopefully, you know, this next game, it seems to be bringing Call of Duty back to a certain degree. You know, I'm not going to come out here and say it's like the best COD ever. I did tweet the other day though, I think Modern Warfare 3 so far, just in the beta, I think this could be the best Call of Duty game since Black Ops 4 maybe, you know? It really is a game for me. And you know, I might be a completely different playstyle than you, than Fooly, than Blame Truth, than 8 Thoughts, than Thunder, than Ace, Nero, anybody. Like, I might have a completely different playstyle than any of these people, and you particularly too. You know, you probably have a different playstyle than me as well. I think that this game has so much potential, and it's a playstyle for me. You know, it's a good game in my opinion. You know, I have fun playing it. I think it's built for me. I think it's catered to people like me, you know, people who like to run and gun, people who like red dots on the minimap, dead silence, fast paced, action packed, movement, like all that stuff. It's a game built for me. It's a game built for movement, and so yeah, I'm excited for it, despite SBMM, you know what I mean? And speaking of SBMM, let's go back to it real quick because I kind of steered off topic a little bit here. I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with like light SBMM, like basically matchmaking so that you don't get bored, right? Because like if you were just getting stomped 24/7 or stomping on someone 24/7, you'd get bored, right? So like there has to be some level of matchmaking. Also, you know, you don't want to play against people with like one arm or people who are like half blind. Like you don't want to play against people like like that. It just feels scummy, and again, you'll get bored eventually, right? Like, it's fun for like maybe a game or 2 games, but eventually you're gonna be like, oh, this is boring, you know. I might as well just, that's why like people don't play bots, right? Because like, if you want to just have good gameplay the entire time, you just play against bots all day, and that doesn't feel rewarding, right? It's kind of the same with SBMM, right? If you're just playing against absolute noobs, absolutely clueless Timmies like all day, every day, yeah, you're gonna get kind of bored of that. And so, yeah, SBMM kind of needs to be in the game to a degree. I do agree with that. I think when it's cranked up to however high, as high it is right now, I don't even think it's that high. I've seen higher, but it is like relatively high. You know, I'm, like I said in my previous video, I'm getting a lot of 1 or 1.2 KDs, and that's not necessarily like a bad thing. Like, I think the game kind of wants you to stay around that level. So if you're dropping like 4 KDs every game, the game probably thinks like, oh, this game's too easy for you. So they gotta, you know, make it more challenging for you. They give you some sweatier lobbies, right? And it just makes sense, right? And on the flip side, if you're always getting like a 4 or 5 KD, that means someone on the other team is always getting a 0.25 KD. And, you know, if you're the one getting the 0.25 KD every game, do you think you're going to stay on the game playing longer and longer, right? Like, you're probably not, right? So the game has to match make it. So it's like, you can't suck every time, you know, like, even if you're like the worst player ever, you can't be terrible all the time, because you're not going to want to stay on. Nobody's going to want to stay on a game where you're just dying over and over again and just losing every gunfight and stuff like that, and not getting any streaks. That's just boring, right? Nobody wants to stay on a game like that. So yeah, does SBMM have a place in Call of Duty? To a degree. Is it supposed to be as strong as it is right now? Probably not. You know, I'm going to lean towards no. I'm going to lean towards SBMM being higher than it's supposed to be. I think, you know, if you just want my honest opinion, just based on feels, I think Modern Warfare 2019 had the highest SBMM. Whether solo or not solo, I think it just... I could reverse boost super easy in that game. Let's just put it that way, right? If I really wanted to drop a nuke, I would literally just die with like a knife out and just like run at people like for 5 games straight. Or when I'm doing like my riot shield challenges on shipment and I'm going like 11 and 80, you know, my next couple of games, I could probably drop a nuke if I wanted. I could drop some easy streaks, right? So it just goes to show that, you know, SBMM, like matchmaking in general, can be kind of controlled. I'm not going to go on a huge rant about like gameplay channels or anything like that. I think that's for other channels out there. If you want to be a gameplay channel, I'm just saying it's not going to be that hard. I actually saw this tweet from Exclusive Ace, which kind of inspired this video, but at the same time, I was going to make an SBMM video anyway. But basically, he talked about how he switched his server or something like that to not the closest server to him, and then he ended up dropping like a, what is it called, an MGB, basically a nuke, right? He basically dropped a nuke. I'm not saying this guy's trash or anything like that. Exclusive Ace is a good player, right? If he wasn't, you know, he's been playing COD for years, making videos for years, right? Like, yeah, I think he's a decent player, but I don't think he just drop a nuke on people without, you know, some kind of like matchmaking manipulation. I think a lot of people are doing that. I think a lot of people are using, you know, either VPNs or something to just kind of give them some kind of competitive advantage. And again, I don't hate it, you know, I'm not going to hate on you. If you want to do that, you know, you do you, all right? I'm not out here judging. I'm not out here, oh, you can't reverse boost, you can't use VPNs. No, dude, screw it. Do whatever you want to have fun in this game, because Activision is not making it hard, you know? If you want a live example of that, go play Modern Warfare 2 2022, okay? That is one of the most boring games I've ever played, all right? I know people say Vanguard's boring, Cold War's boring. Dude, Modern Warfare 2 is gotta be the most boring Call of Duty game. I don't see myself going back to that game. Like, that's coming from a COD channel. Yeah, that game was like a chore to play. Like, I would play it just to finish like camos and DLC weapons and stuff like that. Other than that, dude, I was not ready to play that game. I was not down to play that game. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, what do you guys think about SBMM? Have you guys experienced it in the beta? Do you think it's live and active, or do you think it's kind of just like whatever this year? I don't know. You let me know in the comment section down below. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great weekend up ahead. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace, and peace.